Welcome back to 309 Street Cars. We're going to do a little walkthrough on the Firebird now. We've been focusing on the Superbird videos, but little progress is made on the Trans Am. So let's do a little walkthrough and kind of keep everybody up to date what's on this car. So like and subscribe us, follow us, and if there's anything you want to see as far as walkthrough on either the Superbird build or the Trans Am build, put it in the comments and we'll keep doing videos and show you. But we'll do videos, progress videos all along. We just had one drop this week on the engine compartment of the Superbird, and this thing's going to get a lot more updates here pretty soon when it gets moved to the other shop to finish out the chassis work. So let's do a walkthrough. All right, let's do a little walkthrough on where we've got this winner. This will be a 25.X chassis, .1, .3, not really sure yet. Kind of depends where the car weighs out, but it'll be a funny car cage, full tube chassis, street car. So far, we got a bunch of tubes in here. You can see this is the number 1 bar. So the main underneath bar called the number 1, tied to the rockers with steel plates, which is part of the SFI spec on how big the plate has to be. You can see that it's only held in by Clecos right now, and that's because it allows us to drop the whole chassis down. When the inside interior bars are done, we can drop it down, weld it out, push it back up, and then that'll get final welded against the rocker bars. You can see the main hoop coming through, which is tied in. These are the rocker bars. These are in, but they are not finished at the front yet because these will end up getting welded to the Smith Racecraft front subframe. So the subframe, if you don't do this, it just bolts to the unibody. It just bolts to the floorboard. Well, because of this chassis is going to be, for higher horsepower, we're going to actually tie the subframe to the rest of the chassis, making it an integral one-piece chassis. So we're going to bend these bars out, and they'll be tied in here down the road. These are the transmission bars, the bars that hold the transmission in. This is the transmission cross member. It's just tacked in. It is not finished because it will have plates in here to make the cross member removable. We put it in, get it done, and then we cut it and then add the plates. And those are right here. So these will allow the transmission cross member to be removed. These are the rear leaf spring sliders from MacFab. And that's our next job, is to put these in like that. They'll go in here somewhere and allow us to determine where the rear leaf springs mount. So the tubing will come back, and there'll be a rear cross member back here, and these will be tied in to finish the leaf springs. 1-inch dropped Calvert mono leafs, and we also have the boxes, which are from MacFab Works. 4-position adjustable. They're actually inside the car, as you can see. 2 positions below, 2 positions inside the car. So we actually had to notch the floorboard because it's very possible these leaf springs are going to be inside the car. And then we'll build a sheet metal tunnel to enclose the floorboards. So depending on where we decide the ride height and where the leaf spring is going to go. So, but we're going to put this car in the weeds between the adjustable leaf springs and the 1-inch drop. We're going to put it way up there. I want it to be slammed. There'll be no exhaust under the car, being a turbo car, and it'll be pretty cool. So that's pretty much as far as bars that we got in right now. Eventually, here in a few weeks, this is going to go to Mike's shop, which is much more suited for chassis work. We just basically brought his tubing bender, used my little TIG here to get some stuff done. Really, we're going to make the car so it's movable. We're going to get the leaf springs in, probably put something in, some fake axle, so we can roll it out of here and take it over to Mike's shop. The rear end housing is ready to go in. So this is a 9-inch Ford fabbed housing. It was my buddy Mike's, and on his super stock car had a ladder bar car. He converted to 4-link, so I got this housing from him, the 40 spine, gun drilled strange axles. So we'll be retrofitting this, as you can see, lots of grinding and cutting. All the old brackets came off, but that is going to have these leaf spring perches put on. These things are really cool. so that the axle tubing fits in here and then gets welded on. These are actually removable, so you build it. They're actually really cool. And so that goes on the axle. This plate then is what the leaf spring mounts to. And these are 1 inch. You can get them a variety of height, but we went for the lowest one possible because obviously we want this thing in the weeds. So got the mock-up, the Turbo 400 mock-up here. I had it in the car. I just took it back out. And it's just a housing, tail shaft, and bell. That's a funky looking bell housing. We'll get to that later. But on that's going in front of it, kind of a secret right now. What kind of engine is going to be mounted to that? So yeah, so in about 2 weeks, moving it to Mike's, and then we'll really start hammering out the tubing, determining seat position, determining where the steering wheel is going to go. I got a TRZ steering column to put in it. We also have, the other thing that we need to do is, where is the anti-roll bar going to go? So in here, in this box right here, we got Girth Brooks, the big boy from TRZ. So the big bad boy. And man, is this neat, good stuff. Look at that. Billet arms. TRZ does good work. Actually wearing their t-shirt right now. Good guys, great stuff. Got their control arms up front, got their billet spindles. Really, really nice stuff. So it's kind of where we're at now. We'll keep in touch. Next video will be coming. It'll probably be at Mike's shop with a whole bunch of tubing in. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.